Welcome to episode number 63 of the Uncle Jimmy and Cousin Donnie show, sponsored by the Beacon Tap. How's Cousin Donnie doing today, my man?
Cousin Donnie's great, Jim. How are you feeling after a long weekend of some softball? Man, it was we were out there all day Saturday for most of the day Saturday, and then you played today, I think, in the Terry Moran, if I'm not mistaken. It's a couple long days.
I did play today in the Terry Moran tournament. I got sick of JP winning all these tournaments, so I had to play with JP for him to lose. Yeah. So it's a great day. JP's streak is done. There's no more championships for JP. I got sick of him. Yeah, I got sick of him winning so much that we had to go play with him, Donnie, so he loses. You know.
Tell you what, Jim, we got some color this weekend. You and I look real nice and tan.
Yeah,
look at it.
Dude, that hair you got going on. Look at that hair, my man. Jesus.
Feathery. You know, Matt Menizzi doesn't wear a hat, plays first, great hair. Mark doesn't wear a hat, great hair. Scar sometimes. I got to fit in with the crowd. Danny Marston never wears a hat. We got good hair on the signature infield.
I thought maybe that your hair was just still done from the wedding. Congrats to Lane Neiman, right?
Yeah, that's actually true. Congrats to our guy Lane Neiman on a beautiful ceremony. Awesome wedding. I talked to his dad for a while. Jeff Berger was there. We talked about the show. Here's a quick story. A woman came up to me out of nowhere and said, "Cousin Donnie." And I said, "You're absolutely right." And she goes, "I'm Jeff Berger's wife." And I said, "Well, it's great." I said, "It's great to meet you." She goes, I knew you from somewhere. And it's the Cousin Donnie show. And what a great show you guys run. So it was wonderful to meet her at the wedding. I got to give her a shout out. That was great.
That's awesome. And I talked to Berger all week, so he's been on fire this week. I love that man. So we have a lot to talk about tonight. I feel like it's been a minute. And I know people have been asking us. They were all mad we didn't go live Wednesday night. So it's been awesome.
We got lives. We were playing. I was playing softball at Melrose. You were doing stuff with the fam. Let's get into what we want to talk about. The first thing from last weekend, A Nationals. So we'll kind of go maybe in chronological order. A Nationals last weekend, A Glove Nationals, and a huge shout out to the Fat Kids on winning that event. Went clean through and beat your boys from Savage in the championship game.
Yeah, so you got the picture there. Let's see. Hold on. Let me just I don't know. You know what? I did not upload, unfortunately, but I did upload this one. I don't know if it's going to show. Let's see. See, that one's not working for some reason, but the rest of them are. So that was the picture, unfortunately, of Jason hitting the ball out of the glove against Savage that I wanted to talk about tonight. So our guest, Mr. MVP himself, that is a question we're going to get tonight, right? We're going to get an answer from Jason. Fortunately, dodged us after he called us nonstop, right? Join us tonight with us four. And Jason's probably eating donuts somewhere. The villain, as I call it.
The villain, yeah.
You know what I mean? Every sport needs a villain, and Jason's the villain, and he does his role well. Got to give him credit.
He plays the villain. Sure does. We'll ask Chulo what it's like playing with Jason when he comes on here.
100%. So since we're into some things here, let's let's get on. I did have a Dave Padilla sighting, Mr.
Ooh,
Staples himself. So this
ooh.
video, I don't know how it's gonna play, but I'm gonna go ahead and try to play this. This video, Mr. Staples, and God knows what he's doing, but he is at a White Sox game, just walking in the middle of the parking lot, and nobody knows what he's doing. So I'm gonna play it again. Where's he going? Where's
I don't
Staples
know.
going?
I don't know.
What do you think? And then she's checking out the group there, like, I just love our man Staples. You know what I mean?
That's incredible. What's on his mind? I gotta know.
Here's the best part. He calls me this week. He's like, call me back. Dude, I called the guy like 10 times right to his voicemail. So I can't get a hold of Staples.
Did he die? What happened to him?
He might have blocked me. I don't know. So
oh my god.
That video, it's so funny because the show, everyone that watches the show is now on Staples alert. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're looking for videos.
Yep, you're exactly right. That's hilarious.
Thank you to all the players. That video, I don't want to call the guy out who sent it to me, but that video, we just want to thank the supporters of the show, right? I see the chat blowing up right now. Mr. Mark Manizzi, Pop, our boy Timmy Kornikowski is joining us, Pat Clark. By the way, Pat today, I just saw the name. Pat was awful today in the Terry Moran tournament. We were laughing about it all day. He probably blew 4 or 5 calls out there. So it was a good day for Pat. So it's an incredible thing. Mikey Marola did a great job. The Terry Moran tournament, by the way, just want to throw a shout out to those guys. It was an awesome day out there. It was really cool that they made the tournament up. Big congrats out there. And I'm just totally kidding about Pat. Pat did an awesome job.
Are you sure that's the right Pat?
No, that's not. That's not the right Pat. I just saw the name Pat and it made me think
Okay.
of the Terry Moran tournament. So
I was gonna say that's the right. You threw a shot at Pat Clark for no reason.
Yeah, no. We don't know. Pat Clark, he's not a bad guy. We're talking about Pat the umpire, and we're talking about Mikey Marola. Here's the picture of the championship team 30-38 who won it. Congrats to them. They had a hell of a weekend. It was a great championship game. We had a couple costly plays on our end that gave them some runs, and they hit well and they played well. They played good D, and it was a good game. It was hot. I ain't gonna lie. It was hot, boy. But all in all, it was a really cool, fun day out there at Terry Moran. And I think that it was just awesome that they made that up. It was an incredible thing. So, our boy Peckus says Staples is a popular man now. 100% he is. He is a popular man. So, Pops throws out. I got to put this up there because I left my son's football game, Donnie, to go out there. It was tail end of my son's football game. So they got the text. We're up 9-3 in like the 5th inning or 4th inning, whatever it was, for Matty Dozen's team. They blow the lead, and I get there and they get walked off as I'm coming up. So I jumped on JP's team because JP's been winning all these tournaments, and I'm like, I got to break this streak, right? So I jumped on his team, and we played, I think, 3 or 4 games today, which was pretty awesome, right? So, but we had a blast. Those guys out there, it was incredible. We have some, let's see.
Some good comments in the chat. Roberto says Jimmy Moretti's biggest victim of pop fly errors. Marola and Robbie were the best umps we had at A Nationals for sub-city games. That's good news. That's Ryan Prochaska. Julian Russell said he heard it was only 9 runs that Mickey Balestri gave up when it could have easily been 10. He pitched for Vision against us yesterday at your tournament, and what a great event that was. that Vision team, if they become a team, could actually be nice in the near future because they've got a good core of guys.
So let's get to the Dana Strong, right? Like I said, we had a lot of action. I want to get to our guest too. I know he's in the green room. We don't want him to get drunk. So basically, let's get over to the Dana Strong. I've got the winners here. Punkies repeated.
My boy.
Our boy there in the bottom right, Mr. Tommy Lentine, was the MVP. So congrats to Tommy Lentine. Punkies won the major side, obviously, and then they went on and beat Jelly Roll here in the picture, who won the A side of the bracket. So congrats to Jelly Roll. That dude in the pink shirt, phenomenal look. Who is that guy, Donnie? Phenomenal look.
Did he play with Jelly Roll, that guy in the pink shirt? It's great looking.
The guy, look at that. He's right there. It's like, where's Waldo? Look at that.
Right he played. Yeah. It's
where's
like,
Waldo? He's in there.
Where's Moretti? Where's Magoo?
Yeah. So it's been incredible. So I want to get over to also the Why Me tournament, right? So the Why Me went on this weekend. Same thing on Saturday. They had 72 teams.
That's wild.
So they had a C division, a B division, and an A division. So congrats to them out there. I know that there's a big committee. I've been trying to get them to come on our show now for quite some time. The reason why I wanted to talk about this tonight is that the nationals this weekend for us, for the major national for softball for us, they're going to have a girls division on Sunday. And my understanding is that they had 6 teams from what I heard today at the field. So all the way Mays here won the C division. Sons of a Pitches won the B division. And congrats to the A division winners as well. I believe it's Lindy Joe's. I believe that's what it says, right? Turf Chick.
Linda Joe's Tough Chicks.
Yes. So they won the A division. I believe. I'm not sure. I don't think they won it last year, but this is, I believe, the first year for them winning this, I believe, is what I was told. I could be wrong. I don't know, but that's what I was told today. So we had a lot of pictures, a lot of cool stuff going on out there. And that kind of leads us right into our guest, right? I know I got some videos and things I want to share later in the show. We also had the Iowa All-Star team come out. So we'll touch on that later in the show. We had the draw today for the major nationals. I believe our boys from Resmondo drew Impact, so we'll get a little more on that as well tonight. But are you ready to get our guest on it? He's ready to come on. And he is the AIP. And there he is. Oh, I just got him off the show. I hit the button too quick.
What's up, guys?
There he is.
Chulo.
What's up, guys?
Him in the middle.
What's up, man?
Welcome, Chulo, to the Uncle Jimmy and Cousin Donnie show. Obviously sponsored by the Beacons app, my man. How are you doing, buddy?
Not too bad. Recovering a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
What'd
you into this week?
This week, just I played for the CTA league on Sunday.
Okay. Yep.
So we had some games today. And
nice.
It was a hot day, so
yeah.
You know.
That's right, man. But thank you for
the Reapers.
What do you say?
Shout out to the Reapers, my team out there.
Nice. There you go. Hopefully some of those guys are watching. Hopefully some of those guys are watching tonight. We appreciate you jumping on the show as always, man. If Jimmy gets your name wrong again, just because it's happened once already. It won't happen again.
What was that again? The first part?
I just wanted to give a shout out to the Reapers. If any of those guys are watching, we appreciate them for watching the show.
Yeah, I told them tune in.
Nice.
They don't tune in. I'm not playing with them next year. They don't watch it.
So let's get into some talk, right? You guys won the A National out in Carroll Stream, I believe it was. Tell us about the week. Well, first off, tell us about you, and then we'll get into the weekend. So how did you start playing softball? How did you get involved in the game? You know, where you started to where you're at now. Give us a little background on yourself.
Okay, so kind of back in the day, just, played with my older cousin, Rico. and his older friends. So we played pretty much schoolyard, so on concrete and stuff like that. Just playing for fun because I was a baseball player. So just something to play when you're bored, and never thought of anything of it. Just I'm playing baseball, so I'm just messing around. And about when I was about 19, one of my buddies got me on. He said, "Hey, you want to play with my cousin's team, Frankie?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll try out." Still playing a little baseball here and there, and I ended up being a Gorillas in Bridgeport. Well, I'm from Bridgeport, so the Gorillas. That's Angelo and Joe Yars was on the team. So there was some talent on there. So I was just going in there to hit the ball hard. And, kind of from there, I just started liking it and played more often. You play Friday nights, it's fun, hang out, with the boys, have some drinks. So it was real cool. I mean, I wasn't old enough to drink yet, but it was still cool. I snuck a few. And it was not straight from the house, so just ride my bike there and play some softball.
Cool.
And I guess I got my first call for, I guess, competitive league, which the Donovan League was pretty competitive, especially in the fall. You get a lot of major guys out there, so
Yep.
I'd say it's pretty competitive. But our first call was March. Pops Alejandro got me into the team, and Bruce was on the team. There's a few guys on there. Billy, awesome guys. Wasn't that good of an experience on the team. Maybe 1 or 2 games didn't hit so well, and then kind of got benched. And the drive wasn't awesome, so I was like, hey, not too much of a. If I'm not gonna play, I kind of don't want to, take the ride. I could do other things. That was kind of my mindset because I was young and didn't really know too much. So I was like, and so I got a little shout out from Menace, one of my buddies, Bobby. He asked if I want to play because I played in Harrison too, a couple of those leagues, and so he asked. He said, "Hey, you want to come? You'll start for sure. Play every game. Just come on by." And I was like, yeah, at the time, I think March was a major team because they had won the Dome. They beat the 45s. So there's some hype behind it, I heard. I wasn't sure. I was just, that was the first time playing consistent because I have gotten a shot to play with Feta, with Chippy and Timmy. I say, hey, you're young Feds. You want to come play with us for this tournament? And I think the first time I went, we played Chucks. Some big boys, man. Those guys were hitting the ball pretty hard. I was not ready at the time. I was like, oh shit. Sorry, is it all right if I swear, or is this?
Yeah, go ahead. Let it fly.
Like, they're hitting pretty hard
all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. They're hitting pretty hard, so I was like, man, it's kind of cool, and it was a crazy game. A lot of shit talking between both guys. Some big country guys over there, talking shit. So it was fun. And so they Chippy brought me out. Shout out to Chip. Brought me out for a few games and tournaments, and it was fun. And but yeah, let's get back to so I got onto Menace, and I played a few years there. And Creed is cool. Creed Dog, he's real cool.
Great.
And that's my boy. It was fun playing. But my boys were the fat kids, and playing like I said, Angelo playing with him at Donovan, and he's like, when you gonna come by us? We're your boys. And not saying, Menace were my boys, but it's like a new team, new guys, and they're all awesome, but I, kind of want to play with family. And so I had jumped the ship, no reason, pretty much the reason is just to be, with the family and my boys. So so jumped on there, been there for about 3 years with the fat kids. So
the one thing that stood out to me is you said that when you were young. How old are you?
Well, I mean, I guess I'm still young, but I'm 31.
31. Donnie.
Yeah, that's my teenage years, I guess.
Donnie, 31.
Yeah, that's young, Jim.
What I would pay to be 31 again.
I guess I should have said my teenage younger, I guess, because I'm still young.
Younger. There's somebody that you mentioned when you were going through your teams, Brian Koronkowski. You may know him. You guys, you made an endeavor to get matching tattoos. from what I know about you. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Pretty much my I had got the tattoo, and Chippy was like, "It's a dope tattoo."
Okay.
And a lot of people ask me, they say, "Oh, you got the tattoo with Chip and Chavez," and I got it, and it's random. I guess I like tattoos, so but I got it, and Chip was like, "Yeah, it's a cool tattoo." I was like, "Thanks." He was like, "Hey, do you care if I get it?" And I was like, "No, like, Chip, you don't know if he's legit. You don't know what's going on." But
Yeah, he's
I
weird.
was like, "Yeah, like you're my boy." Plus, I've known Chip for forever.
Yeah.
I'm good friends with his best friends with his cousin growing up. So I played with Chip a lot, and so that's my boy. So I was like, "Yeah, for sure, get it." I'm just saying whatever. And then one time he just called me out of nowhere. He's like, "Hey, I'm about to get the tattoo. Is it cool?" I was like, "Yeah, for
This
sure."
is
Everyone knows Chip. He's awesome. But so he got it. He sent me a picture of him and Chavez, and I was like, "Oh shit, you guys really got it." I was like, "Okay, cool."
So you got it first.
Something like that.
Yeah. You got it first.
Yeah.
I'm not throwing it out there too much, but
We'll have to give Chip shit for that one for sure.
For sure.
But I want to ask you about the A National. Why don't you talk a little bit about the Fat Kids? Let's talk about your squad, your team, who played well, who really stood out, obviously outside of yourself. Give us a little background on the tournament because I don't think, Donnie and I weren't able to make it out there to watch any of the games. But, we were watching via the live streams and kind of what was going on over the weekend. So was able to fill in and catch some stuff. But fill us in a little bit about what happened out there.
Oh man, it was a real good team effort. I mean, our defense was real solid. I feel like that's a lot contribute a lot to our wins. We picked up an extra outfielder in Luke, real fast young kid. He's good, so you gotta look out for him. But a lot of guys. I mean, Saturday, I feel like I guess I kind of stepped up, and that's what kind of like put eyes on me. I was just hitting, especially off of a no glove. I kind of injured myself in like one of the Thursday night. No, it was Friday night game, and I was pretty much playing at like 60%. I couldn't really run full speed, so I was kind of disappointed in myself for that tournament. So I came into this one, I had my electrolytes ready, make sure I didn't cramp, or because that Friday night for a no glove caught me by surprise. I was dripping. It was like 90. So I think not drinking enough water just had my muscles tight and I almost pulled something. So I had to come in for glove nationals. I had to redeem myself and, help my team out because, I like to just kind of be that guy for, guys when I come up for them to be like, okay, we got a hit right here. We're going to start off. So kind of wanted to be that guy. And, so I came in a mindset of try to knock it out at any other game, So I did pretty well. So, but man, there was a lot of guys because when I didn't show up, which was Saturday, we had Brandon. He's always a hit. That's my boy, and he came in big. Especially, I don't expect to hit a home run every time. So Sunday when I just got those base hits, Brandon came in big. He had a home run, a real big one, a couple big hits, and he picked up the slack. And so was Matt Peckus. Matt Peckus bat in front of me, so I just kept telling Matt, "You get on. I'm gonna try to bring you in." I tried my best, and Matt Peckus really turned it up. Like I said, him and Brandon did some work, and then Jason did his thing too. Saturday and Sunday.
The villain?
He's a little scrappy guy, and he actually some work.
He's a little scrappy guy.
And just
funny for him.
Just a lot of defense, but like I said, the guys that stood out, like I said, Brandon was right behind me. I thought it was gonna either be him or myself for that MVP, and because he did work. That's my boy. He really turned up on Sunday when we really needed it.
He's a fantastic player. He's an unbelievable outfielder too.
The way he gets to those balls,
yep.
He's got to be. He's one of my favorite outfielders. The way he just gets to those balls.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
So you brought up the villain, right? my boy Jason.
Yeah.
How many hot dogs does he eat before the game?
I try not to look at him when he's eating. it gets a little scary, maybe. I'm not too sure. But I heard you guys talking how it is to play with him. Like when I was with Menace and we played Fat Kids for that like 1 year, it was I didn't like him. I was like, man, I don't like that guy. I was like, I don't know, because they were asking me if I want to play on Fat Kids. I was like, man, I don't know, like I kind of don't fuck with him. Like that's just doing too much the shit talking, I guess.
Yeah.
And when I got on the team and play with him, he's not bad.
He's a good dude.
He's funny. Yeah. He's funny. When you're on his team and you see he's actually some of the shit he comes up with is pretty clever. If you think about it. If you're not on the receiving end, it's pretty funny.
Oh, I bet it is.
He's not a bad
I cannot wait. Fall ball. I cannot the fall ball because Birdman ain't in the Berlin League. We're going to be playing Jason and them, and I just love Bird. He goes after Jason, and Jason goes after him, and it's awesome, dude. I can't wait. September 11th, the Berwyn League starts. 10 teams in the league. Going to be very competitive.
Yep.
I cannot wait. Counting down the days for sure.
That's a good league. Competitive league.
I don't care who you are. Jason could get under your skin.
100%.
Everybody. Oh, I forgot to shout out the coaches for that day. Man, Ram, JP, you were saying, and our other guy. I'm blanking on his name because what's our coach's name? I'm blanking on it. Raider. There you go, Raider. Sorry, Raider. Those guys did a great job with the scouting reports and letting us know, like, I feel like they knew everything. I was like, I just had to play where they told me.
Raider represents the Fat Kids everywhere he goes. He was wearing Fat Kids full uniform when he was in Disney the week after. He loves rocking the Fat Kids gear.
Yeah.
Alex Chavez is in the chat. I know you're a fan of Alex Chavez. He wants to know if the Lit Bombers are going A.
We were supposed to a couple years back. We were supposed to meet him. A couple of guys from Lit Bombers, Chip, Stevie, Red.
Yeah.
Yep. We had a nice little squad for A if we would have done it, but guys couldn't leave their team, so that's just fine.
So I have one question. I have another question I got to ask you. Do you know this guy? Do you know this guy?
That's Big Dave. There's none better. There's none. I think we have a video of Jason.
What are you going to say?
We have a video of Jason messing with him.
So
he's I don't know. He's funny. He's a funny guy. I see him around for some of those bad tournaments. He they go down, but he's awesome.
Yeah, Staples.
Poorly ran.
Poorly ran.
So the best part is someone sent me a video of him walking that way, and then they also sent the video coming back, which was pretty damn funny. Like, and they watch the show, so they know Dave very well. It's like funny. Everywhere he goes, people are sending this video of Dave.
Correct.
So that poor guy can't go anywhere. It's hysterical. But enough about Staples. Let's get back to you. So obviously you're playing on Fat Kids. You guys are coming off the A National. You got a draw today, I believe, right? You got your draw. Who you guys open up with first round in Major National?
Who do we open up with? Let me
Pharaohs. You guys play Pharaohs round one,
and
then you'll play into the winner of our game and Meatball City.
Yeah, that should be good.
Yeah.
So
what do you like for round one, Chulo? What do you see going into this tournament?
Sounds like an easy second game.
It's the first game is gonna be good. I mean, those guys are used to playing with gloves, so it's gonna be a challenge. They fly around that outfield, so just gotta get it right over the infield, or see what we could do. I know, like I said, when I play in a CTA league, those guys played right after us, So I see those guys out there, all the Pharaohs and Highway and BTA. So I
Yep.
see they have their gloves and they play. So I mean, guys come ready and hit and play D. We got D. I know we have some good defense, so we just gotta hit with them because they're
Yep.
used to hitting. Like I said, when I came in this weekend, I'm kind of used to hitting in the glove because that's what the CTA league is. It's glove league, so I'm kind of like used to trying to hit it for farther enough for they can't just stick their arm on and catch it. Sometimes they do, and I kind of get mad and say, man, if you didn't have a glove, that would have been a hit. But I kind of stopped saying that after like the second year of playing. I was like, I just gotta hit. They got the glove, they know it. So no, it's really fun after not playing with a glove. Playing no glove the whole year. It's fun sometimes playing with a glove. It's cool.
It is a little bit different game for sure. But
Yeah.
Donnie, go ahead.
Chulo, for us white guys that don't understand some of the language, okay? I know your real name is not Chulo. You have that's a nickname, right?
Yes.
What was the origin of this nickname? First of all, what's the meaning of it, and what's the origin of this nickname?
Well, when you're Hispanic, you grow up just everyone from birth, you get a nickname.
Sure.
From being called fat ass or fail, which ugly, something like that. I got lucky enough to be Chulo. I guess it means cute. I don't know how cute I am now, but back in the day, I was a little cutie. I'm not too sure now, but so pretty much if you're Hispanic, you grew up with a nickname.
Okay.
If it stays, it stays. If not, it fades out. I thought mine was gonna fade out, but it stayed. Just because growing up in Bridgeport, not too many people know Spanish, so they just hear my mom yelling my name, and it's like, oh, what's up? So my real name is Alberto, though.
Yes. So
yeah.
So I would guess that more people know you as Chulo. I mean, I'd never called you. I mean, I talked to you a bunch of times.
Oh yeah.
More and more people know you as Chulo than Alberto for sure, which is actually pretty cool. Like people call, everybody calls him Noach. Nobody calls my real name Noach, and there's a bunch of guys like that. So that's a pretty cool tradition. I like that. So Chippy asked me to ask you about that.
Oh yeah, Chippy knows. But only people from work pretty much calls me by my first name. So
yeah.
But they're starting to catch on and call me Chulo too. So it's
so everybody thinks you're cute. That's what's going
on. Yeah. They're like Hispanics, like, don't you know what that means? They'll say it's like other people, like, don't you know what you're calling them? But I don't really take it as that. I just take it as Chulo. I really don't think like people are, calling me cute,
I am. Jimmy, what do you got for our guy here?
So my next question for you is really kind of goes with softball in general. And I know you haven't played on many teams because you're still young, even though you said you were old. My question to you is what guy playing the game today that you'd want to play with that you haven't had a chance to? And, any guy. So
can it also be like someone that's like to play for?
Yes.
Yeah, play for, play with anyone. Yeah, anyone that comes to mind.
Well, I was thinking about it. I guess it would have been cool to have the opportunity to play with a Punch. I got on a team about probably like a year or two late, but from what I hear from the guys and the way they carry his spirit and how he was, it just seems to have been awesome to play for him and to play with him because I know he played a bit. So that would have been a nice experience because he's one of the starters of Fat Kids. You always play with someone that started the team and pretty much made it a family. It seemed like, and it seemed like from the outside, and then when I got in, it's like, yeah, this is a family. It's not just play softball and go home. It's play softball, hang out, visit each other's house, watch some fights, have some drinks, know the family. get a hotel for whatever tournaments and just
Yeah.
have fun. Like I said, it's a family. That's what I like. Not just going to games and then leaving right away. I like, I know everybody's family, and it's awesome playing with these guys.
Cool.
And so,
No,
real cool.
that's what that's what softball's all about. We're a small family as a whole community. As I always say, and Donnie always says on the show, and even off the show and off camera, we're doing this to grow softball, but we need the player support. We need everyone to help. We're all together, and I think that's the biggest thing here. And to your point, like hearing about a softball family, that's exactly what we need, right? We need people to work together. So I love that answer. I do want to say really quick before Donnie gets to his next question, we had a bunch of people jump on the feed. Obviously, thank you for watching the Uncle Jimmy and Cousin Donnie show. This is episode number 63. I want to say hello to Bobby Ronald, Mr. No Hitter, Bill, Jake Reynolds, our boy from our personal bodyguard from Iowa, Jake Reynolds, Joe Nixon, our boy Ram, Mike, Brittany Elizabeth, Seth Curry, welcome to the show, Izzy Molina, Lexi Randall, Kevin Boyd, my nephew Pete, welcome, Christopher Jordan, Sean Burke, Brian Sloan, Rome Petaway. So a ton of people jumping on. Steve Burke actually just said a great comment here. He's got a ton of respect for you. Kid always pounds the ball every time when we battle. So, you have another one up here, one of the nicest guys on and off the field. I appreciate that, Pete. If you saying about that about me, definitely thank you. Oh, he meant you. I'm sorry. I thought Pete was talking about me. Just kidding. So,
there you go.
So there you go. He says, "What up, Uncle Jimmy and cousin nephew?" He calls you nephew, Donnie. So Pete's.
I love
I
that.
guess you're Pete's nephew. So.
Yes. I am.
Which is okay.
Chulo, next question. So you and I, we've met late at night in parking lots and softball fields all over the place. I thought I was going to get maybe stabbed at a spot I wasn't too comfortable with. To talk about softball bats, right? You and I have a pretty good relationship. We made some trades on bats and stuff. We always talk about bats. What bat did we use for Glove Nationals for the MVP? What were you swinging out there? I know I always bother you about bats, and I'm curious to see what you were swinging because you got a nice collection for sure.
I actually just got it. I needed something a little more heavy. Well, not, and I guess heavier than what I had. I had a 32-ounce end-loaded green gold.
Okay.
So that thing, it had some weight on it, which at the end of the bat. So I'm not no cutter or flip guy by any means. So, a nice solid bat like that, just trying to get the nice little shot over the infield. I kind of gave up on cutting. I did a little bit for a no glove. It worked a little bit, but I got to get back to practicing with Chip so he could show me. But I just figured just pound it, hit the ball as hard as it can, and hopefully, see if they can make the play or shoot a gap.
Different with a glove, right? If you miss a cut, you're automatically out. Sometimes.
Right,
with a glove, they'll catch it every single time. Without a glove, sometimes it maybe could fall if they're, whatever in the right spot. We got to get you to try a cut shot, though. We had a couple cut shots out there that are starting to get more and more popular. I'm not sure if you've seen one yet, Chulo, but they're really cool. They're brand new. I'd like you to see one.
I was checking out. I think Matt Scott had a few, or either him or the Menace in general. I seen them. I didn't get to swing with them, but they felt nice. They looked nice. Angelo said that the blue one had a lot of pop.
Yep.
So I had a couple friends that say they were going to buy one. So I was
sure we'll meet in a Target parking lot one of these nights.
Mike will be out there this weekend at Major Nationals selling bats. I know he's trying to load his car up and bring as many as he can. So if you want to buy one this weekend, guys, Mike will be out there. I don't believe he's going to have a tent, but he's on the Chucks team. So, obviously you guys can look for him. I'm sure he's going to have a ton of them. And I know that he's planning on bringing a bunch out for people to swing, especially some of the Rosmondo guys is what I was told. So we'll see. And if you like it, buy it. I believe his bats range from anywhere from like 150 all the way up to 200. And if you
209 to 249 right now. But I just put our code on there, Jim, for 10% off any bat that you buy.
Yep, perfect. Yeah, so he gave us a code for any of the bats that he's selling for our show. If you use that code, he's going to give you a 10% discount. So it's, I mean, hey, it could be $20 over $20. So we just would appreciate a beer or anything, right, Donnie?
Yeah, that's it. Maybe just a hug. That's all I need.
Yeah. Donnie wants a kiss, and I'll take a fist
Yeah, that's right. That's it, my man. What else you got, Joe?
So, yeah, you know what? I got to ask you this because I know you've played now with Angelo and his brother, okay?
Okay.
No. So I asked Noach when he was on the show, and I'm going to ask you, how many arguments do they get in throughout the year? And when they argue, who usually wins the argument?
They get in a few, like brothers would. If I had a brother, it would probably be the same. I have a sister, but we still get into arguments. So they get in a few. I would say, I don't know. I guess I couldn't. I don't. I guess no comment.
You don't want to pick a side. Look at that, Donnie. He don't want to pick a side.
I like them both. Whoever you would think would win the argument was probably it. So just
That's all right, dude. I love it. I love when they fight. Our boy Isaac Vega say the brothers of the team is hard. It's also a lot of fun. 100%. Like, I love when Izzy and Anthony yell at each other. It's fun. I know it's all fun and good sport. Like, they don't mean no harm behind it, but I love when they see that stuff happen because I love the passion, right? And that's where it comes from. It's the passion, the effort, the dedication, and want to win. I mean, you definitely can't beat that. So, Donnie, do you have any other questions for our guy?
I got one more, my man. One more. It's actually a guy that just commented in our show. He said, "Good answer," and that's Bruce Lee, who has kind of jumped back on the team a little bit this year. Give me just a quick thing about our guy Bruce. I know he watches all of our shows, and he's a great supporter for the show. But that's got to be your boy Bruce Lee.
Oh man, who doesn't love Bruce? The guy is awesome, man. He's the nicest guy out there, and he hits. He's a hit.
Oh yeah,
he can hit it anywhere he wants, no matter where you play. He can hit. So I love having Bruce out there. The energy he brings as well. He calms things down when it gets a little crazy. And you gotta have a guy like that. That guy's awesome. There's no one like Bruce out there. And the hands he has at first, I've had a few bad throws and him pick me up on them. So having him is nice. And it's a big target. He's a big guy. So it's really cool to have him out there. I was excited when
you want to learn.
Came back.
Want to learn something about hitting? I would stand close to Bruce. That's for sure.
So, oh yeah,
for sure.
But so in our show, I'm sure you've seen the last question that we ask every guest, right? So we always talk about growing the game. We always talk about opportunities throughout the year of what we can do differently and so on. So my question to you is that if you could change or bring something to the game that's new, what would it be to make the game better?
New? I don't know how these tournaments tournaments like you're talking about, like for tournaments, like when they're the way they get ran and things like that.
Anything in general, anything that you feel would bring, like you would do differently in softball or something new that's not being done now that would improve softball overall, to make the game better. What would you do?
I guess there's a lot of I mean, I don't know how tournaments are really ran or how much work gets put into them. Like, I'm not on that side of the game, so I'm assuming it's probably really hard. But there's a few times where the wait time is a little longer than I feel like it could be. Maybe shorten that up if you can. Like, there's a couple, like a 5-hour wait is. I mean, I know. I guess, like I said, I don't know how it gets ran. So I guess you got to get some of these teams in especially playing at fields like Carroll Streams and Schaumburg. Like there's some fields that'll be open. You know, I don't know the umping situation, but I feel like there's some games that might be able to get played as make the tournament I guess a little quicker, or
Ah,
which for me, I live in Indiana, so I can't really go home because by the time I get home I have to come right back. So
Mhm.
that 5 hour wait kind of like I guess, and you're hungry, you want to eat something, but you don't know what to eat. You don't want to eat too big. So I guess like the times, they're
yeah.
a little long. I mean, if you can, I'm not too sure. Like I said, I don't want to talk too much shit about it because I don't know how it goes. If you can shorten that up a little bit, that'd be nice. If not, like I said, that's just how it is, and that's just how it is. I'm gonna play either way. But if
Yep.
that's like something that could be changed, that'd be nice. And I'm gonna give a little rant, a little shout out, I guess. Maybe some of the rules that they have for the A teams. So my boys, I don't know, you might have heard of the team Hammer and Clan.
Yeah.
Yep.
They won it in 2017, and they haven't been able to play. Um, and I know a few teams won it like smack out 2 times in a row. I know they switched teams. Hammer got kind of a different team. That's like my Park League team I play on. But so like I said, I got on their team a little late, so I wasn't able to win it with them in 2017. But I guess some of those rules, I try to talk to coach and some of those guys like, hey, can these guys get in? They, what was it? Line Drive won it like last year, and they were in it this year
Yeah.
or the year
They
before
won
that.
it I think they won it 2 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I don't get why Hammer the Clan can't be in there. I guess they won it, and they didn't play in anything else, or well, and the kind of the big reason is as well is everyone lives Indiana or is East Chicago. We can't make. I mean, I make things, but not a lot of guys can make these games. We all work and stuff like that, and we do play at a park, which Line Drive plays in, and they're an A team / major team, I guess. And we play against those guys. We actually just beat them to get in the championship. And so I guess their excuse was because we don't play at anything, but it's not. We can't all just up and go to Forest Park and all those
Yeah.
other because a lot of guys work and then we all just live far. Like Forest Park is a 45-minute drive, which is kind of tough.
Yeah.
Guys barely
So,
want to go to the park that's 15, 20 minutes away from our house. So
right. Let me ask you this though. All right. So I understand what you're saying to play major national one.
they wouldn't let them. Like I think they try to get in. They also try. Well, yeah. From my understanding, they try to get into no glove nationals that at like around that year that they won it, or they were trying
Yeah.
to uh, play in that major and they weren't allowed to, or something like that. Pretty much just shouting out those because those are my guys, and they're like, hey, maybe ask. So yeah, they've been trying to get in. Like I said, I mean, at the time, I was with them because I was playing Park League with them, and I was like, yeah, I'd love to play with you guys. At the time, I wasn't really on a team. So now I'm with the Fat Kids. I love them. I'll stay with
Yeah.
them all day. But I just trying to shout out my boys. Hammer the
Yeah.
Clan.
You're with the fat kids now. That's what he says.
Oh
I just
yeah,
love
yeah.
it. So, but one of the things that I wanted to ask you that stood out to me when you were talking about what you would do differently in regards to the time slots, you mentioned fields. So you're
Yeah.
telling me that when we run a tournament and there's 7 fields and we're only using 2 or 3
Mhm.
fields, you're saying they should use more of the fields. I mean, that just seems to make sense, right?
Right. When you have two teams that are undefeated in the tournament so far, like why can they could
Right.
both jump on that field and both teams are down to play. No one likes a long wait time, so the shorter the better. I guess not right away, but a game wait, um, would be
Yeah.
nice.
So
Put those teams
I'm going
out
to
there.
throw a shout out. Yeah. I'm going to throw a shout out to your point about to my nephew Stretch. He made a comment on, I don't know, the Dana Strong thing or whatever, and I thought it was hysterical. He said the reason why the time slots are the way they are, or something along those lines, is because everyone wants to play triple elimination 4 or 5 day tournaments over the weekend. So obviously it was a joke because we always talk about shortening tournaments and making stuff like that available to us. To your point, you're driving 45 minutes. It would be nice to finish it in 2 days compared to 4 days, right? So just a lot of things that you're talking about make sense. More fields, all that good stuff. So I think overall, I mean, I love the answer. I love everything about it. Donnie, I'm gonna hand it over to him. This is the point of the show where you get to ask Donnie and I questions. So fire away, man. Let us know what questions you have for us.
Man, I wish I knew that was coming. I would have thought about some.
If you don't have anything, it's not a big deal. Usually people just
Oh.
use this time to rip on Jimmy or myself, which happens often. But if you got anything, absolutely let it fly, my man.
I don't know think about too much. Oh, let me just shout out Chusky for he was killing out there too. He was one of our coaches as well.
Okay.
That kid. I forgot to mention him. He was our spark too. He was telling me where to play as well. But as far as the question, I can't really think of too much. I mean, you guys are doing awesome with this and interviewing and all this stuff. I know a lot of guys like your show, and it's not too professional, but it's professional. You talk a little shit, so that's also cool. It's fun to watch. Instead of just watching, some of those other ones that they have. So it's cool watching you guys talk shit about just things and just be real. That's all.
Yep.
Everyone wants to hear is just be real, not beat around the bush. So that's dope.
Yep. Absolutely. I appreciate that, man. And you know what? I want to play this video because I want you to come out Friday night to the bar and hang out with the rest of softball. You let the fat kids know. So this is a perfect time. We're going to play it right in the Major National. And then I'm going to ask you a question and we're going to let you go. So I'm going to play this right now.
The 2024 Major 16-inch Softball National comes to Inwood Sports Complex in Joliet. This major 16-inch softball tournament will present the best 12-inch team in the world, Rusmondo, followed by all your other major 16-inch softball teams as well. They will have a home run derby Friday night with an all-star game featuring Illinois versus Iowa. The after party will be at Papa Magoo's in Shorewood, and all domestic bottles will be just $3. If you're in the Joliet area, please stop by Inwood Sports Complex to see the tremendous game of 16-inch softball. Papa Magoo's is proud to have the after party for all softball players. The tournament starts the Friday night of Labor Day weekend and runs through Sunday. We look forward to having you and are ready for a great time at Papa Magoo's. All softball. The tournament starts the Friday Labor Day weekend and runs through Sunday. We look forward to having you and are ready for a great time at Papa Magoo's.
Fucking good video right there.
So we're about promoting the game, right? I want to get all the players together and let's celebrate Friday, Saturday. I think it's really cool that Rusmondo is going to be joining us. We have to promote this as our game. This team is a national team. They play across the country. A lot of people know who they are outside of Chicago and Iowa, right? So I wanted to, I know I always ask the last question, but I had something that come to mind. I wanted to ask you, what do you think about Rusmondo coming to play Major National and how you think they're going to do?
I think it's awesome because that means there's more eyes on 16-inch softball and there's more people watching around the world. So I think that's really cool.
Right.
See what it's really about. Especially, well, I guess they're coming for a glove, but I'm saying like them seeing us with no glove, and, that's always cool to especially when you make a nice catch without a glove. But those, as far as them, man, I'm sure they hit. It might be a little different. You got to pitch them a little different. The ball is a little heavier, but I'm sure those guys smash the ball. Most Iowa teams do. Like I said, like the game we were up 13-1 or something like that. Those guys just came out raking.
Yep.
So a lot of those Iowa guys just hit, and they're good with the glove because that's what they play with. So
yep.
I think it's gonna be tough, but I would say I would root for them, but I got to stick with my Chicago boys. It's
Of
gonna
course,
be
right?
it's gonna be fun watching. Well, us, yeah, for sure. But it's gonna be fun watching
Yeah. I haven't
to see
seen
the.
times yet for the national. I haven't seen them. I don't think anyone has. I think they're still putting it together. Hopefully they're smart and they put Rismondo Friday night because I think the park will be
Oh yeah,
absolutely insane attendance crowd wise. I think it'll be awesome. And I've been promoting it all over Joliet. I've been promoting it all over Shorewood. Obviously, with my bar 5 minutes away from the field, of course, I want to promote our game, our players, what we do. And, let's just see what happens. But I wanted to say thank you, man, for coming on the Uncle Jimmy and Cousin Donnie show, dude. You've been a tremendous guest. Congratulations on winning the MVP.
thank you.
And I think you've given more shout outs than anybody that we've ever had. Definitely at the top of the list, my man. All right.
Right.
Yeah, I love my boys.
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, let
Thank
me
you
say,
so much.
it was funny that you said that. I was actually, I think, at Plainfield, and I drove past a sign for your bar. I was like, oh shit,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
Jimmy's spot. Oh, one more thing. I work with a buddy. He says he knows you, Eugene. He works for
Oh, yeah.
CTA. Yeah, it's
Oh, yeah.
my
I know
boy.
you. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Eugene.
We kept trying to get him to come out. He said, I don't play anymore. I'm too old. He said, I'm too old and fat. I said, come on, dude. You gotta come. But
He
yeah,
goes there every year. We take our
yeah,
Arizona trip. He's in our group, and we go in March, and we have a blast. He's a great
yeah.
dude. So,
Okay, yeah. But
but
yeah,
hey,
I
man.
was gonna say one more. I had a how's that home run derby work? Because I had me a nice little 3 home runs in tournament, so I might want to see if I got it. I don't know. Hang with the big boys.
Get
I
in
know
that
those.
home run.
I know those Iowa guys hit a country mile, so I like to see if I could see what this little guy could do.
That's
I
awesome.
like Chulo, man. Thank you for being a part of the show tonight, man. You were great. Like Jimmy said, a wonderful guest. You had a lot of people in the comments giving you shout outs. So we appreciate you hopping on with us. And we look forward to seeing you out there this upcoming weekend, man. It's great to see you again.
Yep.
Thanks for having me. It's cool. It was a cool experience.
Of course.
I definitely appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Right. So that's pretty cool. He seemed really excited to be on our show. I think,
Definitely.
which is awesome. I love the fact that we're kind of dipping into the A level, right? I mean, you're having guys come on the show that kind of are new, up and coming, let's say stars, right? I mean, it's an awesome thing, and I think the shout outs and a lot of the stuff, you can just kind of see the excitement that goes into what we do, and it's an awesome thing. So
I agree.
I loved it.
He gave us a great quote, Jimmy. I'll say he said, "You're not too professional, but you're professional." I think that's a hilarious quote. But we try to keep it professional on this page. But then there's times where we branch off a little bit. But yeah, Chulo, great dude. I've known him for a while, and always kind of a quiet guy from what I remember. But it was great chatting with him.
So we also got a. I know we talked about a lot of champions tonight.
Yeah.
Got to throw a shout out to our guy CJ. God forbid he would lose his shit if we didn't mention that Iron won the glove tournament in the Melrose Park.
Yep. I have
All right.
to say,
So shout out to Iron.
I got to give a shout out
to our boy
CJ pitched fantastic. Iron missing half their kids still went out and won that Melrose League. They beat Moneyline. They beat us in extra innings, and then 45s in extra innings. So that is an unbelievable 2-night span for Iron. I will say CJ, Chapo, Joe, and Marco have won that league 2 years in a row now. So whenever team those guys are playing for, ride the coattails because they're good at the end of the Melrose League. But yeah, they played good. I mean, they did what they had to do, and then to go and beat the 45s. I called TJ the next day. He said he was hurting. So Jimmy, I'm going to need you to take that comment off the screen because we don't need to talk about that a whole lot.
Well, I want to talk about out because I struck out too, so it's great.
Yeah.
And I have a broken finger, so it's okay. It's okay to. Here's the thing: if you're going to cut the ball 2 strikes and you cut it foul, what's the difference in popping out? There's no difference.
Yeah, good point. Good point. I want to say Chooch did ring me up though.
Oh.
Rang my ass up on a strike three, looking on a pitch that was probably illegal for 3 different reasons. But that's okay. That's not. I got to swing the bat. I wasn't even really looking. Mickey just
Okay. Maybe that's something we had in common this weekend on the show. What can I say?
That's it. We always got something in common, Jim. We're always finding ways to be friendly.
Why don't we dip into the major national event that's coming, right? So
okay.
we want to talk about it really quick. I know we're going to give lines on Wednesday night.
Yep.
Our next guest, I think, is a tremendous guest. 2 guests for our show.
He said sorry.
Oh,
Chooch said sorry.
Yeah. So we have Kyle Pearson and we have Travis Clark coming on the show Wednesday night from Resmondo, right? Hopefully everything works out time-wise. I think we're scheduled for 9 p.m. Wednesday night with those guys. Yeah. And since they're coming in, why don't we talk about the major national? There was an announcement today out of Iowa, the Iowa team. So why don't you just go through, Donnie, as you pull that up? And
I'm looking for the list right now, amigo. They announced their all-star team. I was gonna mention how big for our show it is to have those guys on Wednesday. I mean, Kyle Pearson I'm a fan. I'll probably fanboy a little bit when he's on. I'm a big fan of that guy and just kind of how he represents himself and how he hits the softball is pretty cool too. So I will. Travis Clark's another, unbelievable. He's a pitcher. So him and I and yourself, we'll chat plenty about pitching with him. He pitches for Resmondo, so that'll be pretty darn cool to talk to those guys. Go ahead and what we're gonna say about Iowa. Let me look that up for you.
Yeah, I was going to say, why don't you pull up the all-star list for Iowa? I know there was 4 guys. Both of the guys that are going to be on our show on Wednesday, they both made the all-star team for Iowa. So they mixed in Resmondo on the Iowa side. So I think that's going to be pretty cool to see those guys in the all-star game too. We don't going to play Friday and then have play the all-star game. Not really sure. But either way, Iowa's going to be pretty tough. The roster that they assembled, it looks pretty solid.
Got it. So the Resmondo guys that are going to be there, and then I can mention some of the other guys. There's guys from Chuck's Hall of Fame, Kyle Pearson, Travis Clark, Josh Riley, and then Phil Maddie from Resmondo. We've got Mike Henricks, who's our cut shot guy. He's on the All-Star team from Chuck's, and Matt Tragey. Hall of Fame's got Trey Blackford and Jordan Bowers. Matt Mackey from Chuck's is on the All-Star team. We know he can hit as good as anybody in softball. Dylan Devaney from Hall of Fame, Levi Usher, Jalen Smith, Jared Carlson, TJ Flanagan, who's been on our show, Dan Weber, Jake Reynolds, who's our bodyguard. Your best buddy made the team, Mr. Drew Ladig, is on the All-Star team. Chucks. Another fantastic human being, and Brady Fisher and Sam Rogers. Dakota Wolkin, Caleb Kesterton, Austin Colson, Kyle Pierce. I mentioned the Resmondo guys. And then Hussein Al-Yassiri from F-Town. So a nice mix of guys coming out from Iowa for the All-Star game. That's at 9 p.m. on Friday, I believe.
Yeah, we played it a couple years ago. I think Iowa beat us by a couple runs. So it should be a fun night. I know the game itself was very competitive. It got really competitive towards the end. I don't know who's going to be on our Illinois team. I have no idea. I don't know when they're going to make that announcement. I have no clue. I don't know who they're nominating or who they're. I know last time we had like 30-something guys or whatever it was on our roster. So I don't know if they're going to limit that. I don't know. We haven't. It's to me why we're not promoting Resmondo coming. Well, I know we are. But as an organization, why we're not promoting that, I have no idea. So, but either way, that's a whole nother subject. Anything, Donnie, that you want to talk about really quick to stream tonight?
No, man. I was pumped about it. I was going to ask you on the flip side, if there was anything you wanted to mention that you had on your mind about, the upcoming weekend, or I know you want to talk about the bar and promote the bar as much as you can for the upcoming week. And I'm pumped for you to see all the people kind of be out there. And I think it's going to be a great weekend.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, guys, we're, the place is 5 minutes away. Obviously we definitely going to appreciate all the support, whoever does come out. Unfortunately, I was denied for sponsoring the home run derby. I wanted to sponsor that. I got denied for that, which, hey, it is what it is. And, the thing about that is, it was like a 3 or 4 month thing that I was chasing to do that, considering the bar is 4 to 5 minutes away from where we're at.
Right.
So, but it's unfortunate. It is what it is. The SSA sent me a text message. Tyler did, and said that the SSA is sponsoring it. So, so they denied me for that. So, and that's fine. But like I said, we're still gonna have some fun. I want to get all the softball groups together. I want to get all the teams together. My place can hold everybody. It's huge. We all got food. I'm gonna keep the kitchen open late because I know we might not get out of the field till after 10:30, 11. So I've already informed my staff today that we're going to keep the kitchen open for about 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. So everyone can come in, try food. I'm sure people are going to be hungry.
Yep.
Willie and Russ just said the most. I can't agree more. I think it's going to be, I don't know. Hopefully Will asked for permission to put a comment on our stream. I don't know if he's able to do that anymore. So hopefully he asked for permission. I don't want to get him in trouble, No, you don't either, right, Donnie?
He had to know that was coming. He signed up for that when he made the comment. I'm glad that you gave. That's great.
Oh yeah.
We love William. I love William. He's great. I can't wait to see.
He said the SSA let him post that, so that's a good thing, right? So step in the right direction.
Wow.
Will announce our pitcher on, I think, Wednesday nights in Berwyn. I know he's pitched for a couple years ago, so I'm looking forward to that. So that'll be fun. Yeah, so I mean, that's pretty much it. Like I said, Papa Magoo's is 5 minutes from the field. Would appreciate all the support, anything that you guys show up. I got a lot of support. Richie Bettistoni works there. Al works there. So, Al's, he's, believe it or not, he's pretty damn good. So,
what's he do over there?
Funny.
What's Al Rice doing over there?
He does a little bit of everything. So, in the future, he's going to bounce or work the door. And then, right now he's doing like busboy stuff. Busboy stuff and, back in and kind of doing that type of stuff. And then also he just got his food handling license. So he's been cooking and he's been learning and really good. And, we're starting to get really popular. Richie does an incredible meatball. So meatballs have been, our number one lately with our burger. So that, the guys are working hard, and I love the guys what we have, and it's just a really cool environment. Even our girls, our bartenders, for just starting out in the first 3 weeks, I feel like we've kind of already become a little bit of a family, which is a good thing, right?
Very cool.
And after Labor Day weekend, they're probably going to get sick of me, Donnie, because I'm going to be there all the time, as you know. But for right now, they're doing a great job, and I can't really say much more. So
it's great, man. I'm happy for you.
But that's all I got for tonight, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that's all I got for tonight. I don't have much more. I know we're gonna be back Wednesday night, 9 o'clock, for episode number 64 with Kyle Pearson and Travis Clark, the Resmondo guy.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Awesome.
Can't wait to talk to those guys.
I want to see the team.
That's a great comment. I love that. Here. Good idea. That's a great idea.
I don't know if they'll allow Donnie, are you going to plan on live streaming it all?
Yeah. I'll be out there Saturday, Sunday. I know I'm going to miss Friday. I got a wedding I'm standing up in. So Shout out to my guy Sean Quinn. I'll be out there for him. So Saturday and Sunday I'll be out there. We could definitely do some live streams, you and I, man. That'd be great.
Yeah. So is there a fee for the home run derby? Because I
That's
want to do
popcorn.
it, and only if
That's your buddy Popcorns, yeah?
that's our boy Popcorn. I know. He got life off me, and all of a sudden, he's got to make the jokes. You know what I mean? I love it, Popcorn. Keep them coming, but so I
That's
actually,
it, man.
you know what? This is an interesting comment. Before we get off, this is an interesting comment, dude. We should do this.
Draft a
We could do this.
draft
You know
a team while we're live. Huh. Pretty
Think
good
about it.
idea.
We could do that. We could draft a team, and then it is a really good idea. So I think it would be awesome. We'll stream. What does this one say here? Hold on. Will stream be available in the bar? Well, yes, we can actually pull it up on the TVs.
That's cool.
As they're live streaming, we can definitely do it. So that would be, to me, that would be pretty cool too. But we want as many people at the field as possible. We want to create an environment in an awesome complex.
Yeah,
So,
agree 100%. Well, that's about it, Jim.
but let's do that after Donnie. After major nationals, let's draft the team. You versus.
That's such a cool idea.
Do you think we can do
I
it?
mean, we know all the guys. We can get them out to play. We have a place to play.
Yeah, we could do it in the dome. You know that.
That's our place to play right there.
Might not.
We could play outside.
Might not be a bad idea.
That's a pretty cool idea. I like that idea.
So
Huh.
we'll talk about that more. Thank you, Brian, for that one. We'll definitely throw you some compliments on that one. That's the good one.
Brian, top 7, my man. Thanks, buddy. All right, Jim.
Yep. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Donnie, I'll see you on Wednesday.